I am live. And team page, you should watch. How's everybody doing today? Let me get my phone off of Wi-Fi here and get it onto the signal. And today I'm going to hope that I am able to be live. Looks like I'm the only host today. Maybe they'll join in here in a minute. I don't know. Oh, there's one who's coming in. Better late than never.
Hey, you remember how yesterday you had no internet connection? Morning, everybody.
Yeah.
It wasn't letting me connect. So hopefully we can get through this. But if I get kicked off, Alan, I'm sure you can handle this on your own.
Well,
I have faith in you.
Hopefully my connection will work as well. What I found out yesterday, with my Wi-Fi being downstairs on the west wing,
yes,
is there's only one live connection in your house. The rest of them are clones. And so that's the only place that you can go and watch and plug your modem in, and your router. And so I'm like, okay, crap. So there you go. So anyway, we are. So right now, I have everything else in the house shut down.
Yes.
I actually took the little router or wireless modem, and moved it out of the box as close as I could. So hopefully it'll hang in there. For some reason, it thinks it's a rogue router. It doesn't want me to connect. So,
Well, ours is, as up in the studio, because that's where it needs to be. And though that studio is built with soundproof walls and everything for Tom to compose,
yeah.
So getting it downstairs is tough. And so my son Jeff went and got Google devices. And so we've got that as kind of a booster downstairs. And that's made a huge difference.
It did?
Yes.
And what does that do? Plugs into your outlet?
It plugs into the outlet. And then, I don't know, it talks you through how you connect it, but it connects with upstairs. And then that way, even though I've had a little bit of hiccups through all the people home on the Wi-Fi, it's made a huge difference of what it was. So you need that upstairs in your office.
Gotcha.
Morning. Do I see purple and gold? Of course I do.
It's a mess.
Damn.
She's a Viking.
Maybe by next year when we go to the Viking Packer game, we won't need those anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be great, right?
Sven's on, Debbie Stella's on, Stella's on, Annette's on,
Annette.
Lots of people on. So today, listen.
Hey, Laura.
On. Some of y'all are going to be watching from the replay. And there's a couple things on my mind, but the main thing that I want to talk about, and I know I'm on a time limit here, so I'm going to try not to get distracted.
Boy, when you said a couple things on your mind, I immediately go up 35 minutes.
So no, I'm not doing 35. I don't plan to do 35. Depends on, work with me, girls. Work with me.
Okay.
The topic today was about if you live a happy life, you live a successful life. And so, that's so important because, I can assure you that if you want to be successful at anything, life, business, network marketing, a Vikings fan, you got to be happy, even though you got to take the losses, you got to take your lump sometimes, if your boy throws interceptions and you got to deal with it, and Denise has sent her resume in to be the head coach. They haven't responded yet. But here's the deal: is one of the things that I want to. Before the end here, when we get close to 15 minutes, I'm going to give you a statement. One statement that's going to literally change your life forever. Okay, I'm going to give you a statement that is so profound, that is so amazing, that's so unbelievable, it's going to blow your mind. You're going to go, oh my God, why didn't I know that? There's Sabrina Wright. Hey, Sabrina Wright and Michelle Brick. So I'm going to give you a statement at the end of this that's going to you're just going to go, that's the smartest thing I've ever heard in my life. Wow. You're going to be
the build up, Alan.
Seriously.
I would love to take credit for it. But it's not mine. I borrowed it from somebody else, and I'm giving them credit. And eventually, I may say it's my own, but I don't know. But
you're going to deliver it. So there you go.
I'm going to deliver it. I'm going to deliver a statement that's going to you're going to, like Lisa said, you're going to go, oh, well, there you go. There you go. And people are about as happy as they choose to be. I've got friends who make over $100,000 a month, and they're miserable. They're miserable. I've got friends who make $40,000 a year, and they're just the happiest people. They love life. They're excited about life. And building this business a lot of times can be tough. Cannot be fun, and you got to be happy. You got to enjoy it. You got to be happy with who you are in your life, and you got to be you. We talk about that all the time. And the first thing you got to understand is this. I'm reading some of my calendar quotes, the ones that I can share online. And it says, think about this. You're living the life that you really want right now. You are living the life right now that you really want. You know why? Because it's the life you've created. We were all born.
Yeah.
And since that time, we started creating this life. And you are exactly where you are today based on the decisions that you've made in your life. Mm-hmm. Not because of what mom and daddy did. Not because of the neighborhood I was raised in, because you can find lots of people who came from, the ghetto, terrible relationships and terrible parenting but they grew up, and once they became an adult, they said, well, I learned how not to live. Let me go out and learn how to live.
It's about the decision, kind of,
Yeah.
I just had not an argument, but sort of, with someone yesterday who was saying that, well, you always say that you're happy no matter what, but if something, if you had such and such like I have, then you wouldn't be happy. And I said, yes, I would.
Let me tell you.
Yes, I would still, because it's inside you, regardless of what comes your way, what you have to deal with, what you have to handle. If you're happy inside yourself, you're always going to be happy, because there's nobody else, no thing, no person that can make you happy. Only you can do that.
That's right. That's right. And so here, if you look at, if you think you got it bad, we live in the greatest country in the world, the richest country in the world. It's funny. Ethan and I were talking yesterday, and we were looking at stuff. I don't know what it was. And he goes, oh, it was Eli. And we're putting a bed together because finally his bed arrived. And he goes, look at this stupid thing. It's made in China, darn it. And it's just hard to put together. It's this and that. I said, wait a minute. There's 7-year-old kids over there making 60 cents an hour, putting this together, doing this hard labor. Don't complain about it. They're working hard at 7 and 8 years old trying to put these beds together for 60 cents an hour. So just give them a break. So we think about that. If you think it's tough in the U.S., go to China. Go to some of these go to South Korea. Try to live.
Seriously, when we traveled to Vietnam, that was eye-opening to me of how these countries live and what we have. Shame on anyone that is not appreciative of what we've got here in the U.S.
Because it's all relative.
It's all relative. And here's what I want to talk about, because when you're struggling in your business here and you're unhappy with your business, there's a couple of reasons. There's only one reason that you're unhappy with where you are today in your touchstone business. And if you want to know what that reason is, go in your bathroom and look in the mirror. Right? Because if you say, well, I don't have enough time. Well, let's talk about time. Let me tell you about, Denise Longton, who's on the way, Lord knows where. She's in the SUV, so she doesn't have Nick with her.
This is already my second trip today.
Yeah, your second trip today. And let's talk about that. Let's talk about people who work full-time jobs in the restaurant business, who work 70 hours a week, but still have time to build their direct sales business. Let's talk about single moms like Lisa Peterson was, who had 3 children, 2 of them twins that look nothing alike. And, and moving to another state and trying to figure out how to manage meals and school and kids and And so that we take that out of the way. But here's what it is that you can't. Everybody, every single person in the world has the exact same 24 hours in a day. If somebody says, well, if I had more time, I could be more successful. I said, well, then you're not going to be successful, because everybody's got 24 hours in a day. I don't know about, if you found a time stretcher, let me know. I'd love to use it sometimes too. And so it is what it is. But see, you're worried about what other people think. You're worried about, well, I'm not an influencer. I don't have the contacts. Well, listen, I can tell you that when Lisa moved to California, she had nobody. That when Jessica Higdon was 21 years old, I used to say, when I was 20, and I'm trying to think how old I was, 23 or 4 years old, I went in the convenience store business and moved to another city and had some friends and tried to start in the Amway business. If any of y'all have heard of that company, a little company called Amway. And they had you tell your friends, hey, I'm having a party. Come on over. Let's have a party. And you got there and there was some old man showing up at the party, and everybody's looking at him or woman and going, who the heck is that dude? What's he doing at your party? And this is weird because you don't have any, this is just me. It might not be everybody, but you don't have any beer out and you got no football game on TV. What kind of party is this? And there was this whiteboard up in the corner, and everybody was looking at that like, oh, hell, what is that? And then when everybody got there, this dude started throwing circles on the board, and they're like, dude, I thought you said this was a party. Isn't it? So I use that as an excuse. But if you look at a Jessica Higdon who started when she was 21 years old, now she came from a different era when the internet was alive. Back then there was no internet. There was cell phones, and we didn't have, I don't even know if we had pagers when I was 23. If they did, I didn't have one. So you can make excuses if you want. I'm not an influencer. I don't have the reputation of we all have the same problems. It's no easier for me or any, when you look at upline leaders, we understand because we've been there. We've been there. But this statement that I'm going to give you, okay, is going to sum it all up. This statement, I hope you need to get your pen and paper ready. I know we get this recorded, and here's something, and this statement's going to just blow you. It's going to be mind blowing. Are y'all ready to hear it?
I'm ready.
Suspense is killing us.
It is absolutely going to rock your world. But before I say that, I want to say this. Okay, here's some of my I love these. Denise sent me this amazing calendar, and it's really cool. Okay, it's really cool. It says you're hardwired to win. You're always winning because your brain is wired to. The trouble comes when what you really want on a subconscious level and what you say you want are different. Sometimes radically different, because what you programmed your mind to be. And here's the other one, and this statement that I'm going to make is just I'm telling you, you're just going to be blown away. You're going to is everybody out there ready? I don't see it. Sven says he's ready. But before I get to that statement that's going to change your life forever, let me say this. You're not an island. This is a team sport. You're building a business for yourself, but not by yourself. And we have systems and tools in place. And we have to train the systems. I was working with a lady this morning, and I'm like, we have a system to follow? You're way off. And she goes, I've never heard of the system. I don't know what tools you're talking about sharing. What are you talking about? And I'm like, let me look there and see who their upline is, But you're not an island. If you're the only one winning, that's not a win. Especially in this business. You see, because there's no way for me to win without the team winning. There's no way for me to win without the team winning. But this statement that I'm going to make, and it's 11:14, listen, when I heard this statement, I was like, let me rewind that. Did he say what I just thought he said? And this came from a guy who was a head football coach in southern Georgia in a small town nobody ever heard of. And he became one of the most successful networkers in the world, created one of the most successful network marketing companies in the world. And probably, as far as success goes and what he did, there's nobody ever done what he did. Nobody in the world has ever, we're in the process of looking at the FDA and the food industry and saying, hey, we offer a better product, and we're kind of battling with them. He was battling the insurance companies. And they were literally he was getting cease and desist orders from the government saying, shut down your business. What you're doing is illegal, but what he was doing was not illegal. And he said this statement. Now listen to me. Listen, I hope everybody's tuned in. Is this it's going to blow your mind. It's going to you're going to be shocked. Denise, you might want to pull over. It's that powerful.
Spit it out already.
If you want to be happy, you have to realize this. And here it is. Are you ready? Here it is. All you can do is all you can do. But all you can do is enough. Think about that. With Denise's schedule, if you focused on your business, all she can do is all she can do. When you're doing all you can do, that's all you can do. But all you can do is enough. When moving in this new house and Lisa's fixing to move, our schedules change and we got to do all we can do and stay focused on our business every day. But all you can do today may be one phone call. And so Art Williams was amazing. He created A.L. Williams because he was working in the insurance agency and they said, you can't do this, you can't do that. And he said, listen, here's the secret to success in life and business, on a football field, whatever it is. See, on a football field, and I coached football for years. My brother coached high school football for years. And you got to convince people this. And this is the same way with recruiting is when you go on a football field, and I've coached football. And my brother and I were coaching together. We had a blast. Sometimes we argued and sometimes we fussed, but we had a blast together. And we lost a game 7-0. And he was mad at me. I was defensive coordinator. He was offensive coordinator, and he was mad at me because I let him score. And I'm like, dude, you got to score some points. I held him to one touchdown the whole game. He said, yeah, but if they hadn't, we had it, I'm like, okay, whatever. But anyway, when you call plays, Denise, you're a football fan. Do you know that 96% of the plays don't work? 96% of the plays don't work. See, every play is designed to pick up a certain amount of yardage. A lot of them are designed to score a touchdown, but 96% of the time they don't. Now, here's the key to success is each play, you just got out there, you called a play, and you got sacked, or the quarterback got rushed and he threw an interception. And he knows what I'm talking about. Happened twice with her Vikings, right? He throws an interception.
Yeah.
But then when he gets the ball back and goes out on the field, the next play he calls, those 11 people on the field have to believe this is the play that's going to work. You've got to execute every single time with every single prospect like this is the one. This is the play that's going to score the touchdown. This is the play that's going to work. And see, the team has to believe that. And if your 11 people don't believe that, somebody's not going to do their job. Left tackle's going to let the guy swimming. He's going to be on top of your quarterback. And it starts with a C, and he's going to throw another interception. And you're going to be mad again.
Just because the play didn't work doesn't mean you take it out of the playbook.
And it doesn't mean that's right. You teach them the next time. You learn from it. You learn from that. You learn how to make the play work. You learn, and they study film and say what happened, what went wrong. But see, then I got to call the next play. And how long do you have between plays in NFL? 25 seconds. 25-second clock starts when the ball's put down. You got 25 seconds to call the next play. You got to call the dadgum play. And you got to be confident as a coach, this play is going to work. And then it doesn't work again. We lost 2 more yards, and it's 3rd and 17. But see, I got in my playbook a 3rd and 17 play against the Cardinals or whoever I'm playing against. This is my 3rd and 17 play. I've studied them. This is going to work. And only 4% of the time does it work. But everybody on the team has to buy into the fact that the next prospect that you get, the next person you recruit is going to take me to ambassador. The next person I recruit is going to be an ambassador. The next person I recruit is going to be an executive. The next person I talk to is going to be that person. And you got to have that feeling every single time. And listen, all you can do is all you can do. If you're doing all you can do is enough. I love you guys.
I like it.
That's great. That's awesome. Yeah.
See you later.
All right, guys.
Good stuff.
Bye.
Bye.
Love you guys.